Hello, this is my coding for the data visualization homework part 2. So the graph I'm recreating is the variable width bar chart for the fossil fuels in Texas, or just really energy in Texas. And the tool that I'm using to code this is Plotly. So to start, I looked up on Plotly just how to make a basic various width bar chart, and I found this old post from 2015, which had some code which they having problems with. I don't really remember if they got it working or not. There's some niche solution, but later in 2023, or 2024, they introduced a new solution, and it was now built into Plotly. So I just found this code here, which seemed to get the job done. The only problem was that I don't know how Plotly works. Unlike in part 1 where I had experience with Matplotlib, I didn't know what was going on. So I took this code and I actually just went to ChatGPT, you can see here, and I asked it to how it would go about essentially just creating a variable width plot chart based off of that code, with everything I need on it, so the axes, the subtitles, etc. And it gave me, after a few prompts, it gave me this code here, which just created a random, nameless graph, which I'm going to be using as reference so I can understand everything and get the code done. So I actually have it loaded up right here so I can get everything done. So to start off, obviously we're going to be importing Plotly, which is what we're using the graph, and then pandas just for maneuvering the data a little bit to get it in a way that Plotly likes. The first step is, well, obviously inputting your data. So we're going to take theirs and use as a reference. Obviously we need to change the starting positions for each point on the graph. You need to make sure it's one after the other. So you see this one ends at 2, this one starts at 3, this one ends at 5, this one starts at 6. But we need, our actual data, not just this placeholder stuff. So if we go back to the file, you can see it goes 23, 5, 2, 1, 16, 52. So let's start off here from 0 to 23, and then it goes from 24 to 29, and then it goes from 30, let's check again, 30 to 32. Let's add another value, and then it goes from 33 to 34, 33 to 34, and then 35 to 35 plus 16 is 45, 51, 51, and then we'll go from 52 to, for our last piece, 52 to 104. And that should be all of our data input from a way that fits. So obviously we're leaving one space between each of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so that you can see it's not just a straight histogram, it's a bar diagram, which is why we go 4 over 100. The percentages add to 104. Bar height, pardon me. We'll keep the bar height 10 for now. I'm pretty sure that worked in the, I just did one test with placeholder values, and that worked pretty well. So yeah, just to restate, this is where the point starts, this is where it ends. Okay, now we're just literally just processing it so it works, for Plotly, and we're doing that through pandas, so that's just this line here. We may as well add some comments, so the code makes sense. Coding in C++ right now. Loads the data with spaces between the bars. All right, let's get rid of these comments because we don't need this. There we go. And then we'll just put processes the data so it works Plotly, processes the data with pandas so it works with Plotly. Nice. Okay, so now we just need obviously we want to label the axes, right? Because as you can see in the diagram, it says it says wind 23%, nuclear 5%, and we're trying to recreate that. So we're just going to do that through labels right here. And so I believe what countries was it? It was wind, nuclear, solar, other coal, gas. So we'll do that. Wind, nuclear, I misspelled that, but we'll fix that later. Solar, wind, nuclear, wind, nuclear, solar, other coal, gas. Other coal and gas. However, as you can see, these also have the statistics or the percentages right below them, so we'll add that as well. We'll just do /n. What was it? 23, 5, 2, 1. 23, 5. One, and the last two are 16 and 52%. Okay, 16 and 52. Did they want the percentages there? I don't. Let me double check. Okay, 23, 5, 2, 1, 16, 52. And there's no. Oh, there is a percentage, so we'll add that as well. Oops. Okay, there we go. So that is our custom labels. And we'll add a comment there as well. Defines labels for the label for the entries. All right. So now it's gonna actually create the Plotly figure, which we can just keep that as is. Which is pretty helpful. So creates, we'll just say creates the, because I don't like that phrasing, creates the new Plotly figure. Final new line missing. Okay. And so now we need to, this is just literally putting everything together. So this, it's just tracing the outlines. I mean, we'll copy and paste this code in, but this is quite literally just the point where, the comments say here, it adds, it draws everything in. And then make sure to base it around a midpoint when it actually puts in the diagram so that it doesn't look a little skewed. So, yeah, we can just keep that as, I'm not really going to change this. And now we can carry on. So now, the one thing we have forgotten is just labels. So we still need to, as you can see in the diagram, actually it doesn't have any labels. So I don't need to add any labels. We really just need a title and a subtitle and we'll be done. So, we still need this here actually. Actually, it was separate code, funnily enough. Ignore that. We don't need we don't actually need any, any X and Y axes labels. So, if we go that, this is more code that we're just going to keep the same. This is no different to the in case you're wondering, this is no different to the reference code that we picked earlier, apart from these tick vals and tick text customs. Please place ticks at the bar. I mean, we don't need these comments. This is a little bit, unneeded. We'll get rid of these. Let's put this right here. But in case you're wondering, these custom labels, I mean, that's just the custom labels we created here. So this is adding our win with the 23%. This tick vals is just like deciding where to place the bars. And array just means it's coming from an array. So I think for the most part, that's it. I've forgotten to add the title, which is going to come to our final ChatGPT prompt, which I did a little bit earlier. But essentially I said, explain to me without doing any code how it axes labels a title and a subtitle. I actually don't need the axes label because the reference doesn't have them, but I do need the title and the subtitle. So we'll just get our code here. That's just a good thing. The most important part is this update layout. So we actually already have an update layout. So what we'll need to do is, whoops, I forgot about this here, is we'll just take essentially what we need from here and add it to there. So we're going to need a title, which will take this code right here, and we'll just add this indented. Actually, that shouldn't be on the x-axis part, obviously. It should be around here. So let's paste this in. That's the title section. We're going to need to change the title, obviously. Yeah, that's actually all we need from there. So let's get everything through. I think this is good. It doesn't like that extra new line. Trailing white space, whatever. But yeah, I think it's looking good. So now let's just get the right title and subtitle. So the title is Even Texas is 32% fossil fuel free. We'll put that here. Oops. Oh yeah. Even Texas is, was it 32%? Is 32% fossil slash whatever. I forgot the code real quick. So we'll just do 32% now. I'll change this after the video so we don't waste time. It's 32% fossil fuel free. Fossil, whoops, I can't spell. Okay. So we now have the title saying Even Texas is 32% fossil fuel free, and then the subtitle which says energy generation per year. Almost like a legend, but not really. So let's do energy generation per year. Is this meant to be capitalized? No. Whoops. Okay. I think this is it. Let's try running this. Let's go through our check marks again. We have our data, processing the data, our labels for each axis, the creation of the figure, the trace, which is actually creating the bars, the layout, just adding our titles, and then the array putting everything together. I think this is all done. We'll get rid of some of these comments. We'll edit this. Calculates the midpoint of each bar for this is so wordy. Calculates the midpoint of each bar for exposition. Calculates width of each bar as difference between. Well, we can get rid of this. So much excessive commenting. I don't like that. And I say that's good. Let's give this a run. Let's get rid of our reference and save this just in case. Now let's go to our terminal. ls, what's the file called? Python. And then let's go to Texas Energy. Let's run it. That's great. Okay, one error here. Let's see what it was. All arrays must be the same length. Oh no. I mean, hey, let's go to our classic. Let's debug, huh? Let's debug. This is where ChatGPT will come in handy. Let's do. Yeah, let's create a new conversation. I am getting the following error plotly. Fix it. Need variable lengths. Variable widths. They cannot be same. Describe. Don't. Gives bits if needed. And now let's upload our code. Let's see if we can get through this fix, or if I need to do some serious work on this code. Oh, it's as simple as that. We didn't update enough values. Whoops, that's so silly. We didn't update enough here, obviously, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. How many did it want again? Wow, that's a very simple mistake. 6. Okay, let's save there. Let's give this a second try, and let's rerun that. Did I forget to? I think I forgot to display it at the end. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, let's go back to our code here. We've obviously forgot to show the finished graph. So let's save that. Let's add a comment. Displays the completed graph. Okay, now we should be done here. Let's go give it a run. All right, there we go. So here's our completed graph. As you can see, we have the Even Texas is 32% fossil fuel free title, and then the energy generation per year as the subtitle. And obviously we have the bar graphs, which are wind 23%, nuclear 5, solar 2, and then other 1, and then coal 16, gas 52. Let's double check. Let's get a side-by-side comparison with our other graph to see how close we got. As you can see, it's a little bit more condensed now actually when we split it up, but I'm pretty happy with this. We have wind 23, 5, 2, 1, 16, 52. The bars are pretty similar, same title, subtitle. I would actually want to remove these axes counting if I could. It's telling you that the height is 10, which is a random number that I picked. But it's pretty similar. With more time, or if I knew this a little bit better, I think I would probably change the width between them. I think we could actually, let's do that right now. I think you need a little bit larger of a width between these. And I'll just use ChatGPT to do that really quick because I don't feel like doing the math. So let's go to, could you edit the following to make the distance between around, let's say 20. I think that was a good number. I think that will make it look just a little bit more accurate. We get to see it think, which is fun as well. I mean, this is not really coding. This is just updating these numbers individually because I don't feel like doing the math. It's really thinking though, which is surprising. But yeah, we'll just wait for this to finish up, and then we'll. Interesting. I haven't seen that before. Output results. Then. Gotta love the wonders of AI, huh? Shall we? Is it adding consistent bar width? Is it? Okay. That is ridiculous. That's actually very funny. Um, that's so funny. Okay, we'll ignore this. I'll cut this out. I won't cut this out. You'll see it. But let's just manually edit this ourselves then, shall we? Which is a little bit of a shame. No, I don't want to do this myself. I wanted widths to not be consistent. They should stay the same. It's just breaks in between them that I want to increase. There we go. Wonders of AI. Oh, that's why I can't trust it. Right here. We'll just wait for this to increase a little bit. There we go. All right, we have our new numbers, which should still work. Let's paste these in. Let's do the math right here. So it should be 100. If we add 15 for each one of them, then we should add 15, 30, 45, 70, 85. This thing is useless. Okay, whatever. We'll save that change for later. If I had more time, I would increase the width between these. I would work on the colors to get them a little bit more accurate. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how this came out, and the code is complete.